And welcome back, everybody. It's another Tuesday night. Hope everybody's had a good couple of weeks. Sorry about last week. I will fill you all in on all the details. Um, and Randy has already made it in. That is so cool. Hi, Randy. I'm not sure what that. I think that's live long and prosper. No, I'm not sure what that is. I think is that love? And thumbs up? Yeah. Yeah. And then Scott made it in. I know what that one means. Cool, dude. Yeah. Hi, Sly. Hi, Scott. How you doing? So, let me tell you about last week. My landlady, because I rent the place I'm in now, decided that we needed to have a French drain. She owns these two units and the two units next door to me, and she decided that we all needed to have French drains put in. Now, I had a very small, not really bothersome problem with the drainage in my backyard. Like my patio sat below the grade. Okay. So one corner of it. So when it rained, water would kind of sit there until it dried up enough to dry out. And then where my gate is, I had a little bit of standing water there until same thing, till it dried out. However, I think my neighbors on either side had more problems than I did. So anyway, these people came out, long story short, these people came out, they did their thing, which involved digging up my yard, and it kind of upset me a little bit. I'm finding that I don't handle these things well, but it is what it is, and I probably, in retrospect, I should have gone and gotten a hotel for a couple of days and come back and everything would have been fine. Because everything turned out fine. Well, last night, we had a toad washer. And for those of you not from Oklahoma, that means it rained a lot. Okay, so I peek outside to see how my French drains are doing. And my patio is completely underwater. Like, not just the corner, the whole patio. Because they came through and they went about a foot, maybe 15 inches. And so here's ground level, and then here's my patio. So they went about 15 inches and they made the grass even now with the patio. In from here to in the 15 inches, they dropped it about like that. Okay. So all the rain, and we had a monsoon last night, all the rain ended up on my patio, which was a little bit distressing. So I'm out in the rain with my raincoat on, and she's wanting pictures, and I'm taking pictures. And I I go out to the curb to make sure it's draining like it's supposed to, and I mean, water's just pouring out. You couldn't have any more water if you tried. And within minutes of this torrential down. Okay, I am not sure what happened with that at all. It said I stopped broadcasting and then I resumed. So if you guys are oh, it's buffering. Okay. Well, it said it stopped broadcasting and then it asked if I wanted to resume. So, yeah. Hopefully it's cleared up. That was weird. I've never seen that before. So, anyway, long story short, it's done. It's good. Everything worked out. The the landlady's not terribly happy with them because they kind of did some things they weren't supposed to do, but it's all good. So, anyway, last week we were in the middle of that, and it really had me tied up in knots, and so that's what happened last week. This is tomorrow is the first day of school. So, we went and did our meet and greet last night, and tomorrow is I'm nervous, he's nervous. I think mom's okay, but it's a new school and yeah, new teacher and yeah, so I'm nervous for him. and teacher seems really nice, but you know how it goes. Um, so Scott says, "Thank goodness for YouTube notifications," right? Yeah, I'm right there with you, Scott. I would so forget. Randy said buffering, and Scott says definitely glitching. Yeah, it said something about the internet connection, which I think my internet should be fine. I just tested it right before I went live, and it was like 109 or something. So it should. I only need like 6 megabytes, and it said I had 109, so it should be fine. Randy says it's okay now. Scott said, "Did any water come inside?" No. But I've never had water come inside. So I've never had it that deep out on the patio. Like where my patio furniture, it's got like chairs that they kind of rock and they swivel and whatever. Well, they've got a base that's about that, maybe about that tall, and then they've got legs that go up to the bottom of the seat. And it was over the base and nah, not halfway up the legs, but it was up all over the legs a good bit. So you add that to the base. So that water was about that deep. And the patio kind of slopes upwards right before you get to the house. So water didn't come in, thankfully, but I've never had it that high either. So, yeah, that was, and but it's a typical Sly. I've got my raincoat on and to get home from the meet and greet, it started raining when we left the school. And so we were soaked just getting from the school to the truck and then from the truck into the house. And so we had already changed into our pajamas and everything. And then the landlord says, "Hey, can you take pictures?" So I'm in my jammies and I've got my raincoat and I'm out in the pouring rain taking pictures but it's all good. And I was very, 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 thank you, Lord, grateful that number one, it didn't come inside, and number two, it dissipated so quickly. So, and that means I didn't have to water the sod. I've been watering sod all week, morning, noon, and night since they left. I think they finished on Thursday, and I've been out 3 times a day watering my sod, trying to make sure it doesn't die in this, 90-degree heat. Now, the rain last night, supposedly cooled things down, which I think it did. I went out about 2 or 3 and it felt hot, but not as take your breath away hot as it has been. So today I just got a new backpack, and I don't know if it's they say it's an everyday carry bag. I think it's more of a travel bag, and that's what I'm going to use it for. A lot of times, probably more often than I should, I go places for just an overnight. So, I may run up to Wichita, which is like 3 hours away, spend the night, and then drive back the next day, or go down towards Dallas, not all the way to Dallas. I don't like big cities, but there's a beautiful lake. Lake Texoma is down on the Texas-Oklahoma border, and go down there, spend the night, and then drive back the next day. I do that a lot because where I'm at, basically any way you go other than west. But if you go east, you get Missouri and Arkansas, and they've got some beautiful areas over there. And then, so anyway, so I got this because it's kind of a one bag. It's like a one nighter overnight bag, right? And I like the color too. So I haven't even taken the tag off, Mini Pearl. Okay, so I just got this in today, but it's made by Eberlestock. Where is it? Or I don't know the best way to show that actually. Um, it's touted as a 25 liter. My Core Surf is a 28, and this is it feels considerably smaller than the Core Surf, because the Core Surf opens like a book. And yes, I can take it, and I have, but there's a whole lot of extra space there that I don't use and don't need. And So I thought, well, this should be better because it's a little bit smaller. Well, I think it's a lot smaller, or that one's a lot bigger than 28, or this is a lot smaller than 25, because I don't think there's 3 liters difference between the two. But it does, I kind of packed it out just to kind of see. I'm not sure how clean this is going to stay. I think they probably should have made this out of maybe like a Cordura type stuff. It's kind of it looks satiny on the monitor, but it's not really satiny. It's kind of a, I don't want to say a crinkle fabric because it's not really a crinkle, but it feels like it's a real kind of a lightweight denier, I guess would be the only way I could describe it. But it seems really well made. I think it's made for guys. And the reason I say that, my guys, look how wide these straps are. So when I put this on, my little shoulders aren't that wide. And I always thought I had fairly broad shoulders, but they're not that wide. So I don't know how it's going to feel if I wear it like an all day thing. But since it's just going to kind of be my overnight bag, I don't really foresee wearing it for extended periods of time. So it should be fine. And I've, I always have to play with stuff. And I found I'm getting off track. We'll get back to that. Okay. So anyway, um, it's got a place for a laptop, which I don't normally, unless I'm going to be doing a live stream, I don't take my laptop with me. So that to me, that's just another place to put something. But I think you would want to put something somewhat flat and soft because it's up against your back. So, which a laptop is flat but not soft. And I think that would make the bag more rigid because how it is now, and yes, I have worn it around the house for a little bit, it actually doesn't feel too bad. I did notice the straps were a bit big, but other than that, it doesn't feel too bad. And it's on sale. So, uh, I realize it's an entry level Eberlestock. I get that. But it's on sale for like 67, something like that, $67. And which is, a pretty good buy. Now, I'm going to pull up a picture here where it's um maybe if I can find the right thing. Well, let's take that off. Okay. There it is. That's what it looks like when it's kind of stuffed out. Now, I've got this thing full and it doesn't look like that. So, I don't know how much stuffing they put in that to get that picture, but so be it. So, but I did kind of want to show you, it opens like, and I'm going to go to the overhead to show you this. I think we'll see if this works. Um, might need to see if I can figure out how to do this, folks. Okay, where are we at here? Is it this one? Oh, look at there. That really does not look good on camera, does it? Um, so it opens like kind of like a suitcase if you want it to. Okay. Now, in here, back over. In here, I put first aid kit, and this is that wax canvas pouch that's got my power bank and some cords and cables and what have you. And then this, get it back over. This has got both my action cameras in it and batteries and microphones and et cetera, et cetera. Now, there is a pouch on the front, and this is the pouch I carry everywhere with me. There is a pouch on the front that shares space with this inside compartment. And then I just have a packing cube with my clothes in it and my little toiletry kit, which if I'm only going for one night, I don't take a whole lot of toiletries. And then it's got a sleeve here, but it's not padded. It's just like a divider. I think. Maybe you are supposed to put a laptop in here. I don't know, but there's no padding. And so I'm thinking it's just a divider. Yeah. So, but you can put a big packing cube in here, and this has got enough in it for an overnight stay. And then the toiletry kit, and what I kind of found interesting in kind of a ha-ha way was maybe the way I had it packed out, I'm not 100% sure, but everybody has complained that these don't stand up by themselves, and it's been standing up here beside me this whole time. So now I figured I would put the zipper about to here, or put the zipper at the corner. I don't have a big enough desk. Put the zipper at the corner, and then if I want to get in that first aid pouch, it's right there. And so you don't have to unzip the whole thing. You just have to unzip a little bit and pull the first aid pouch out. So I kind of like that. However, on top, this pouch, I don't destroy things. We'll get up close and personal here. Um, there you go. That pouch is right here. And you can put quite a bit of stuff in there. You know, those are like some little wet wipes and my cards and of course, always have to have my glasses. I've got to where I can't read menus anymore. But and then the laptop thing is back here, and this does feel padded. It feels padded on this side and it feels padded on this side. But it is so big that it just swallows my little MacBook, what is it? MacBook Air 13 or something, 14, I don't know. But there it goes all the way. This whole back is laptop. Now, there is a little bit of padding on the bottom, so I guess it doesn't hit the bottom, but that's huge. So, and then it has supposedly water bottle pockets, which do hold a regular water bottle. I tested it, and it's kind of concealed and, puts it in there and you can't see it from the front. Kind of hidden, but it's got two of them, and I don't usually don't unless I've got little man with me. I don't carry two water bottles, and I wouldn't take this bag anyway. But so on this side, I put my little tripod, and it just somebody on one of the videos said they thought this had a magnet in it. It does not. It doesn't really need it. So, but that's the perfect place for my little right. And now I'll figure out how to put the camera pouch on one of these straps. So anyway, that's my latest find. I'm all about bargains and sales and yippee yippee yippee. Anything, I just love bags. And look who snuck in here. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Happy Tuesday, bud. Uh, I don't know if you're at work or not at work, or I don't know. I haven't talked to you today. So, Scott, how's your mom doing? Um, mothers are important. So, I've seen her post a few things. It looks like she's having fun with relatives, but I haven't. Sometimes she messages me, and I haven't seen a message from her. So I hope she's doing well. Um, but and then I traded a guy for another bag, which I thought I could incorporate somehow into the Eberlestock bag. Haven't found out how to do that quite yet, but I will. So, um, this is a 511 bag, and I traded him for one of those Maxpedition pouches because they were so big, and the zipper was on the front and instead of being in the middle, and it just didn't work for me well. So this did come with a belt that's not really big enough to be like crossbody. I mean, I guess it could be if you wore it really tight, but yeah, and it's kind of big. for me to wear like that. So, but it's a really good size to have in a bag. I don't know if I can get a picture here. So I added this little insert because it's supposed to be like a concealed carry thing where you can like put a pistol here. But since I rarely carry my pistol except to the range, I didn't feel the need to use that. But I did want a little bit more organization, so I just added this little thing. I already had it. And this side has a bunch of little loops that you can put stuff in, which you can see I haven't packed this out yet, but look how much room it has. It actually has quite a bit of depth to it. So I had looked on 511's website. I cannot find this particular bag. So I don't know which one this is. I will do more research, and if I find it, I'll let you know. So we have a new person, and Lord have mercy, I will try. Huna? Isari? Huna Isari, maybe? Um, not you. My my phone said, uh-huh. Okay. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I may not be able to pronounce your name, but I'm glad you're here. Hi Sly, first time, let's put that back up there. First time live viewers. Anyone can respond to my comment, but is this a live where I can ask questions regarding bags, or is this a live review type? Don't want to interrupt your format. This is an anything goes live, okay? We talk about anything and everything. So ask away. Somebody here will have an answer, maybe. And Randy says, go for it, ask away. So since I am oh, okay, thank you. Thank you so much for that. My name sounds like henna. Fantastic. Okay, like the tattoo. Okay. Henna. I can say that. Thank you so much. Okay, so ask away because if I don't know, maybe one of my guys knows. So I'm kind of the bag queen. I think my guys get tired of me talking about bags all the time, but they persevere, and I thank them for it. Because I really appreciate seeing all of them every week. So, um, but yeah, that's pretty much has been my bag journey this week. I'm gonna try to start seeing if some of the other bag people want to come on live with me. I don't know if that's something you guys would enjoy seeing, but some of them are quite, if they're not funny, they're entertaining. So, and look who came in. Flying Toast. Hi, Sly. Tuning in with my wife watching too tonight. Hope everyone is doing well. Well, hi, wife. I don't think we've met you yet. So, uh, we are from all over the country. And Scott is up north, Randy's down south. I'm in Oklahoma, and we are just kind of occasionally we'll get some people from California and Florida and just all over come in. So, and Toast is from, I think, Arizona. So, welcome, wife. Is she, if you're flying Toast, is she buttered toast? I couldn't help myself. I'm sorry. So, welcome everybody. I'm really tickled everybody's here. Um, so Scott, I saw a picture of you and I think what was a band, and you were wearing a cowboy hat. Now, I didn't even know they had cowboy hats up in Michigan. We have cowboy hats all over here, and Randy has them all over Texas, but I didn't know they had them all the way up in Michigan, so that's kind of cool. But let me turn this off. Okay. So, yeah, I would love to know. Okay, let's hear it. Let's see what her question is. I'm on the hunt for a larger sling type, 7 to 10 liter. I kind of prefer boxier shaped styles like the Tom Talk, but not skinny like most air slings. I've been searching online nonstop. that is a rabbit hole for sure. Um, so 7 liters. Probably, take a look at, what is the brand? Belroy. Belroy makes a 7. No, is it a 7? No, it's a 6 and a 9. They make a 6 and a 9, and then the 10 liter is what they call is their version of a camera sling, which I was not real impressed with. But the 6 liter, because I'm 5'4", so I'm not very tall, and the 6 liter is like perfect on me. The 9 liter looks a little bit like this. It's a little bit big looking on me. I don't think I have a 9 liter. I'm thinking, because, I have probably 100 slings. Um, I don't have my Belroy in here right now, but they, now, of the Belroy line, so the ones I'm talking about for you are the Venture slings. I like the Belroy Light Sling Mini, and it's not as big as this. It's smaller. I just don't have it in here. Um, but Belroy makes probably the best sling as far as organization goes, materials. They're a little on the pricey side, like they're more than the Tom Talk. And somewhere I do have, no, I don't. I do, but I can't get to it right now. Because I have the Tom Talk, not the Aviator, the original one that came out that everybody loves so much because you can customize it, where it's got one. If you wait just a minute, I'll go. Well, I don't know where it is. Give me 2 seconds, and if I can find it really quickly, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Ah, okay. So this is the original Tom Talk, not the Aviator. And its claim to fame was it had one strap going up and one strap going off to the side, which made it lay pretty nice when you wore it. So it's supposed to be worn on the back. You can't even see that, can you? Let me back up here a little bit. Okay. So it's supposed to be worn on the back, and then when you slide it around to the side, to the front, everything is level. Okay. That's kind of its claim to fame. And this is a fantastic bag. It's nowhere near 7 liter. I think it is, I want to say 4 liter. It is pretty big, and I got it because, and I got a little pouch that matched it. Because it is so big inside, it would hold my action camera on a selfie stick. And so I carried this at Great Wolf Lodge. I actually think I carried a gray one because I had 2 of these at one time. Um, but somebody wanted the gray one, so it got given a new home. But it just has, let's see if I can do an overhead here. It has so much organization to it. But it is only it's nowhere near 7 liters. I want to say this is 4. So the Belroy Venture 6 liter is more square. I don't think it may be as long as this one, but it's taller. And then, of course, the 9 liter is just, it's huge. But you might take a look at those and um, maybe see if you can find one um, used or something. I think, was it I'm trying to think if it was the Venture. They had one on sale, but I don't think it was the Venture. It seemed like it was like $20 off. I'm not sure. Hannah says, I'm okay with paying money. I just don't want to carry a backpack or sideway crossbody bag. I have an Air Travel Pack 3, small for work. I love it, but overkill for EDC baby needs. Ah, okay. So we need, okay, so, okay. So see, now that you've thrown diapers into the mix, I don't think the Venture would be the bag for you. Okay. Because if you got to carry diapers and wipes and all that good stuff, have but you want a sling though. You wanting to wear it across your front or sling it to your back so you can carry the baby? Um, because I know when my grandson was born, I carried a Columbia diaper bag that was more like a crossbody that sat on my hip so that I could carry him on this hip and it would sling across to this hip. So um Randy says the Nomadic Luma camera sling. The Nomadic makes a really good sling too. I don't know if I would use it for a diaper bag though, and you've got to have, well, see, then you're back to a backpack. Because I would think you would need like a, and maybe not, but I would think you would need like a bottle carrier thing or like a water bottle pocket, but to put the baby's bottle in, I'm not sure. Um, Randy says the Nomadic Luma camera sling is 120. Yeah, I think between the Nomadic, the Luma is nice. It's not as the hard shell like the Nomadic makes one that's like a hard shell, and I'm not crazy about that one. In fact, I had the 1 liter version that expanded to 3 liters, and I sold it uh, because it just that hard shell. I like things that have a little more flexibility to them. So if you notice, most of my bags, even back up here, have quite a bit of flexibility. Um, and it says, I've been thinking I might need to look at concealed carry bags or camera bags because of the space, and I might be able to customize to my needs. Well, mm, yeah, and I had a 9 liter wandered sling that was a camera sling, and it was so big. Now you don't look very big in your avatar picture here, but um some of those get so big that like the wandered was so heavy empty that by the time you put anything in it, camera gear, it just really made you list to one side. So, oh, Randy says they're on sale for $60 now. That's half price. So, Nomadic Luma, let's see if we can find that. Um, and what country are you in also? Because that makes a difference. What'd you say, Luma? Yeah. Oh, they have a 12 liter too. Uh, uh, if I can spell. Well, oh, there it is. Okay. Well, that's not too bad looking. Um, let's see if I can make that a little bigger. Do 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 do. It's not a great picture. Let's try it again. Uh, okay. Stop it. Stop it. Apparently, I cannot make that a different size. Well, I can there. Can I move it? Yeah, we don't really know what we're doing. Apparently, I can't. Well, that sucks. Okay. Well, let's see what that looks like. Hmm. Okay. Um, So is that like too boxy? I don't know how much gear you're going to get in that as far as baby gear, but it is on sale right now for $60. So that's a really good deal. Let's go back to here. Okay. The way you mentioned how you carry the bag on one hip is exactly how I prefer carry. I have a little toddler, so yeah, it needs to hold her water bottle and mine. So that's kind of an issue with most slings. If they can carry a water bottle, it's one. So to get two bottles, you almost have to get into a backpack or like put it inside the sling. And if you put it inside the sling, you're really limiting yourself because there again, a lot of slings will accommodate one, but not two. And now, I don't want to say most, a lot of diaper bags accommodate two. Um, one for mom and one for the baby. So plus diapers and wipes and, everything that goes along, snacks, So, um, Randy says more of a rectangle and boxy, not slim like Sly likes. True. I do like slim because I'm not very big. So if you put something boxy on me, it really sticks out. Like, hey, look at me. I've got a sling on. It's just not. Oh, I'm 5'8", and my 17-month-old is like 40 pounds. So I'm used to carrying heavy things. Wow. I'm in Virginia. Wow. Okay. Your 17-month-old is 40 pounds. My almost 6-year-old is 47 pounds. So 17 month at 40 pounds. That's a big kid. Um, Now my grandson is tall, but he's very, 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 very thin. So, but yeah, he's 47 pounds and he's so proud of that because you have to be a certain height, which he's reached 42 inches, I think, but you have to weigh so much to go on some of these rides at Universal Studios and what have you. And he hasn't met the weight requirement yet. So I keep trying to feed him, but he's very picky eater. So, um, Hannah says, I was thinking about the Wandered one too, but everyone that reviews it only shows camera use cases. Glad to hear your insight. Yeah, I just, it's kind of its claim to fame is it'll hold a tablet and all this camera gear and what have you. But the without anything in it, the bag just started off too heavy, and on me, it just looked stupid big, right? I think I did a video on the Wandered sling, and it just even when I held it up, it was like this big. I mean, it was just huge. So I don't know if I still have that Columbia bag because I think it held two water bottles. Like, in the early days it held his bottle, and I don't think I took him places where I had to have one, but then as he started getting bigger, it would carry his juice cup and then my water bottle, and so it did carry two. I don't have any idea where that bag is. He's almost 6 years old now, so I haven't carried that in quite a while, um, but yeah, I mean, when you're carrying a toddler on your hip, it is I have trouble slinging the bag off one shoulder anyway. So I'm really not the best one to talk to about that because you'll see these YouTubers and man, they just sling it over one shoulder and they can run open that zipper, and I look like I'm a retarded person. When I try to sling it around one side, it's like it gets caught and it just yeah. So I'm not the best person to talk to about that. And I think um carrying carrying a baby on a hip, you're not gonna be able to sling it anyway. So that pretty much does rule out backpacks. Unless you're just a magician and you can, I don't know how you would get like the arm that's holding the baby, and I'm left-handed. So I typically hold him here. I don't know how you would get that side out of the backpack. And if you got this side out, you wouldn't have room to sling it around because the baby's there. So, yes, I see your dilemma. And I'm trying to think when now my kids are really close in age, and I had a big diaper bag that I could sling across, but I was carrying diapers for 2 and a juice cup and a bottle and wipes and snacks and so everything but the kitchen sink went in that bag, and it was probably, what is it, 18 inches, 15 inches? It was big, but it was soft, and so if it wasn't like full of stuff, it kind of wasn't as thick. When it was full, it was kind of thick, but if I didn't have that much, like if we were just running to the store or something, I could just sling it across. And by that time, I made the older one walk, and I was only carrying one. So, um, oh, geez, Scott, he catches me every time. Okay, challenged. Okay, I guess I'm not supposed to say the R word on YouTube. I'm so sorry. I was talking about myself though, so it is what it is. I'm gonna turn this off because uh it keeps flashing at me. Um yeah, okay. Well, yeah, when I try to sling a bag across, I lower my IQ uh perception to others. Yes, because it just looks like I'm not with it. How's that? Is that better? Am I politically correct now? So, Hannah, I'm sorry. I don't think we've answered your question at all because this is not big enough for a diaper bag. I mean, you could get a bottle or a juice thing in there, and they do. Tom Talk does show, putting a water bottle in there. Here, hang on, hang on. Okay, so it does. You can fit it in there with plenty of room to spare. But as far as getting like diapers and wipes, where's my wipes? Now, when I hang on. Okay. When I was carrying children, I did not use a little thing like this. I had an actual big thing of wipes, so this is not a very good comparison, and I don't have any diapers, but to put that in there and then put a snack, and you're not going to get a second bottle in there. So I don't think this would be big enough, but I think you are going to want something bigger. Look at the Bellroy 9 liter. Um, Let me see if I can find that. I think it's called the Venture. 9 liter. 9 liter? 9 liter. It is on sale. Well, if you like green, it's on sale if you like green. Okay, so how do I do this? How do I do this? Okay, so you can get a lot of stuff in there. There is a fella named John Gadget that has reviewed the 9 liter sling, and he likes it over the 6 liter, but it's got a lot of room in it. So if that's something, um, how do I get back from that? Ah, well, I don't know how I get back from that. Oh, okay. So I don't think the other colors are on sale. No, they're not. It's just the green. So it comes in green, terracotta, and black. And the only one that is on sale is the green. So the other two are 139, and the green right now is 109. So, um, well, why can't, oh, because I'm on the wrong thing. Duh. Okay. I do this all the time and I still get messed up. So, is what it is. But I don't think this is going to work for a diaper bag. Just saying. I'm trying to think what the biggest sling I have is, and it's probably because I usually don't get very big ones. Um, Probably like a Kelty, maybe. But yes, it's when you're looking for a specific bag that kind of does everything, it's a rabbit hole. There are so many really good manufacturers out there that you can spend days and days and still be coming up with different ones. So, um, but try that. Look up for John Gadget and his review of the Bellroy 9-liter sling and see if that works for you. Um, Carlos made it in. How you doing, bud? What's up, fam? Welcome, Henna. Yeah, we're just kind of like a big family, um, and everybody is from different walks of life. And my guys actually get tired of me talking about bags all the time, but that's okay. Randy says get a waist belt that has holders for 2 water bottles. So, Randy, that's not a bad idea. I don't know where it is right now. Again, I actually got. Let me see if I can find a picture of it. Uh, where are you? Come over here. I'm really not good at this showing things. Um, Unless it's like a plan thing. Okay. Uh, Ring Fire. What was it called? Ah, the Ridger, maybe? Okay. Now, this may be a little too manly for you. You'll find that I don't really have boundaries or barriers, or I don't really care if it works for what I need it to work for. And now I have it in the green, which it's a very pretty green. Let me see if I can make that bigger. Can I make that bigger? Okay. So this is the Roaring Fire Ridger Waist Pack, and I think on Amazon it is $30. I think. It used to be. But it's got a pretty nice waist pack, and it's actually in my truck right now because it comes with um I don't know if y'all can see my pointer or not. But anyway, it comes with that piece. No, you can't see it there. It comes with a piece that you can put in your car and put it around your headrest. And then it comes with a waist belt and a water bottle thing. So, eh, it might work. It's Let me get this back on me. It's smaller than this, though. The main pack is smaller than this. And then the water bottle thing sits on the side, and it's got a belt that can go around you, or you can take all that off and put it in your car behind the headrest, and that's what I've done. So I don't use the belt or the water bottle holder, but uh, it's got tools in it in my truck right now. So Scott says it slips out all the time for me. Yeah, well, it's just one of those. It's in my vocabulary, and it's just one of those. Yeah. Hannah says, yes, yeah, I have a Google Excel sheet tracking all the slings I've looked into, and I keep going back and forth. And now I'm just hoping someone to release a new sling that will fix my dilemma. So you're probably you need to look at sites that have mothers because you carry a lot of different stuff than we carry. Okay. I don't. Now, now that he's almost 6, I've got him his own little bag that he can carry his own drink in and his own snacks. Thank you very much. And now Granny doesn't have to carry 2 of everything. So, um, but yeah, yours isn't quite there yet. But I bet there are websites that cater to moms, and you're not the only one that's had this dilemma. So I tell you what, I will kind of research it this week. And if you come back next week, I will try to have an answer for you. You may have already bought something. And if you do, come back and let us know. Um, because you're you're the only one in the room tonight that is having this issue, but I know an awful lot of young girls that are still having babies. In fact, one of my favorite young girls has just had her third, and the oldest is 4, I think. So I think it's 4, 2, and the newborn. So, yeah, she definitely would be interested in something that can carry multiple things. So yeah, please. I will look, but I would think if we're kind of about cameras and bags for cameras and this, that, and the other, but Randy probably has the biggest selection of strictly camera bags. When I switched over to my little mirrorless, I kind of tried to get away from camera bags and get into just regular backpacks. But a lot of places here don't want you to carry a backpack into a store. So then I started getting into slings. And so I always have a backpack in my truck. Usually I have 2. I think right now, I think there's one backpack and then the thing around the headrest. Um, because I just like to carry tools with me. And then I always have the backpack that goes back and forth in the house that has my camera gear stuff in it. So, um, but yeah, it has been several years since I've had to carry diapers and wipes and that kind of thing. So you tend to forget how much room they take up. Um, but I'm the same way when I'm researching something. I'll make a little spreadsheet. I do it by hand instead of using Excel, and I write down the pros and the cons and how much this and how much that. And so it sounds like we're a lot alike. Randy says, high indoor running belt with 2 water bottles, adjustable hydrate. See, Randy's already researched it for you. Um, 2 water bottles, adjustable hydration belt, waterproof waist pack. Oh, where'd he go? Fits 6.7-inch phones, sports waist pouch for running, marathon, hiking, cycling, fishing for $15. Okay. Um, can you put diapers and wipes in it? And snacks. You gotta have snacks. Henna says, I appreciate your recommendations. I'll consider the Bellroy. It was originally off my list because I felt it didn't have enough structure, but I'll give it a chance and look at it. Well, and that's another thing. So for me, if a bag has a lot of structure, it's usually big. Like it's usually too big. So I do usually gravitate towards ones that don't. Now, my little camera pouch thing is totally structured. You cannot make it any smaller than what it is. And it protects the camera, so that's great. But most of my bags up here, there's that one is a very structured bag, and I tend not to use it. Um, I like these bags better because they will expand if you need them to, but if you don't have very much in them, they lay flatter. So, and she says, sorry for hijacking your stream. No worries, no worries. We talk about anything and everything on Tuesday nights. So I'm so glad you came in, and please come back. We'll try to have an answer for you. And Randy's saying the same thing, no problem. And Carlos is saying, so glad you found us. Yes. Um, because we have talked about everything under the sun. Some conversations you probably wouldn't even want to know about. So, it's Tuesday night. We just kind of get together and hang out. And like I said, everybody's from all over the country. And it's just kind of a place where we can talk about anything and hang out. So I appreciate you coming in and asking questions and it's bag related. That doesn't happen very often. It should, but it doesn't. So thank you for coming in and please come back. And guys, I think that's gonna be a wrap. Um, Let me get all this cleared off of here. So, and Henna, um, I always have a link open. So if you do find something and it works for you, please share it with us. And if you want to come on live, there's a link in the description and you just click on that. It doesn't matter what you're streaming from, and it will, as long as you've got a camera, it will pull you up. And you can be on the live stream with me. How about that? So, uh, but guys, I'm going to wrap it up and school starts tomorrow. Yay. I guess I'm nervous. He's nervous. We're all kind of nervous over here, but it'll be a good thing. And I'm not ready for summer to be over, but the calendar says it must be. So, and it says I found Sly because she was the only person I could find that did a review on a specific Ulanzi sling. I love that she reviews random bags on AliExpress to expensive bags like alpaca. Um, yeah, I'm actually probably, I've been toying with this idea because a lady gave me 8 backpacks and she just wanted them out of her house. She didn't care what they were. And some of them were in pretty bad shape. 2 of them were just completely not usable. None of them were expensive bags. Like none of the 8 cost even close to, eh, okay, I'm gonna say the highest bag there probably would be 50 or 60 bucks. None of them were expensive bags. And these bags had been used and loved, and so I just don't think everybody needs a Belroy. Now, I love this, I think it's this one. This is one of my absolutely all-time favorite bags. It's very small. When I was working, that was the bag I carried almost exclusively. I love, love, love that bag. And it still looks brand new. So they do make a good quality product, but I just don't think everybody needs to or wants to spend $100 on a backpack. So yeah, I think I'm going to start reviewing some bags that aren't Belroy and Alpaca and there is absolutely nothing wrong with those brands. I love them. There's an Alpaca somewhere right there, and that's one of my favorites. Um, but not everybody needs that. So I think I am going to kind of start doing some Amazon bags that maybe don't break the bank. But and I have sent back probably as many as I've kept. I don't review bags that are junk. So it has to meet a certain quality control thing before I'll do a review on it. So, um, there's that. You might also, Hannah, look at Chrome. Uh, they make the Cadet. Uh, I don't know if that's been on your list yet or not, but I have a couple of Chrome bags, uh, and they're having a sale right now. But that's the thing I don't like about Mac is everything comes in and it's little bitty, and you have to make it bigger, and But they have a Cadet, and they're more they're not tactical, and they're not black. They've got some more like fun things. Um Let's see let's see the big one they have. Oh, here we go. But I don't think it has a water bottle pocket. So like I said, I'm going to have to do some research on this. Let me see if I can. So it's kind of like square and boxy, and it's pretty good size. But you might look at Chrome. Is there? Yeah, Chrome Industries. So every bag I've had from them, um, where you at? There I am. There's one like behind my chair. You can't see it. The Ruckus, but they're backpacks. And then my latest favorite is the Camden, but it's backpack. So, and just see, but they're not terribly, terribly expensive. So, um, Toast says, my wife, Buttered Toast, enjoyed the stream. Thinks it's super cool. I like it. I like it. Flying toast and buttered toast. Eh? Randy says, get the grocery cloth bag and everything will fit in it. Well, that, Randy, you may not be as far-fetched as you're thinking, because I'm the kind of thinking, you know, my kids are in their 30s now, or will be at the end of this month. So the diaper bag I used back then probably would not be in style today, but a tote bag where, it's got the longer strap so you can carry it over one side, carry the baby on the other side, and still get in the tote bag. So that may be something to think about. So, but anywho, Hannah says, thank you. I do like this cadet. I'll add it to my list. See, I just, all I did, Hannah, was give you more rabbit holes to go down. Yeah, yeah, you should be kind of hating on me right now. Because when I do my research, man, I get in a zone and I end up going down this rabbit hole, and that rabbit hole takes me down this rabbit hole, and it's just, it's a domino thing, man. So, yes. But that is kind of, I have been giving it a lot of thought lately, and I think I am going to start doing, not exclusively, but because I do, and if Belroy comes out with another bag that I like, I probably will get it and do a review on it. I don't happen to be a huge fan of the ones they have right now that I don't have. So I have all the ones that I like so far. So, but there are so many other places to explore, like Able Carry, and there's a lot of bags that I don't have. So anyway, guys, um, thank you all for coming in so much. Carlos, good to see you. Randy, always good to see you. Scott, I'm glad you got the notification. Hannah, thank you so much for coming in. And Toast, as always, I'm so glad you found me. Um, and hi, Mrs. Toast. So we will see you guys all next Tuesday. And everybody, have a great week. And if you have a kiddo starting school, which I don't think anybody in here does, but school is starting. So when you're out there driving, watch out for the kiddos. And I will see everybody next week. Good night, everybody.